Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I want to share something with you. And this is very, very like intact with the frequencies, intact with oneself, how organisms, how nature, how being divine on the energies to be reaching and getting the response that is needed and it shows for it. This is it right here. I've done numerous of things that people don't even know because it's for the well-being of the people. And I'm talking about like even it's just a prayer. But the thing is, it's a it's a meditation that I do that has a direct impact, and it has all the means with different sicknesses and diseases. I mean, even the empowerment, if you say, man, I got this, or you could say, I don't know if I got this, God help me, and I'm gonna meditate to it, and whatever it is, or if there's something around, because you see how the world is going, cure me from it. And if you say you're cured from it, and you one with God with it, you one with God, you cured with it. You ain't got it. And I always said, man, I ain't even gonna check my statuses for all these different diseases and stuff. I went to the hospital, this was maybe a few years ago, but people always ask me, oh, you want the STDs, HIV test? I'm like, no, I'm okay. Because God said I'm okay. And I never checked it, right? It was just like maybe like 3 years ago where I was supposed to probably look at the list. It was like, you wanted me to check everything in the list? Yes. I didn't mean to go check all the stuff that I already know God got me good with, you know what I'm saying? Though it was like the what I'm allergic to, that extensive like study on what your body has and stuff to offer and defend itself. And so it comes back, and then they tell me the status negative on all diseases and viruses and stuff, right? I'm like, but I didn't even ask. All right, whatever. When you have that divinity in you, and it's your belief system proves, your meditation shows, this is what it is. You can't do, the food has that energy too. Although this has other than food that you could cure, and herbs and anything that you have, you could cure. Although there's a lot of different things like that it doesn't go with the food, right? And it has the divine needs too. There's things that the medicals don't have anything, that they're rare, and they don't really have something for it, to cure it or to stop it, maybe to treat with it, but not to stop it. I stop things like this. I've done it. So, for instance, this was when the miscarriages, when I was still in New York, and I was seeing what it was with the food and how things was happening with the miscarriages and just different things. Now, there was one person had a mean crush on this person too. I'm not going to mention the name, but she's going to know once I start talking about it, because this is a rare condition. It's where like parts of your body collapse. You don't feel, the muscles is down. You actually see. So the person's face was like lopsided. One side is normal, and then the other side is dropped. You could see the muscle, the skin, everything. You can't feel nothing. You can't feel nothing at all. And there's nothing like really to, it's not a thing that you cure. So I did put my meditation on it. And I said, God, listen, this red thing going on, this person has it. And I want you to reduce it. I want you to give this to me. I said, I want you to give this to me, and we'll get rid of it. However, I'll take care of it. I believe in you, and this is what we're going to do. Bet, right? I wake up and I'm like, I'm feeling my face. I can't, like, I like, first I feel my eye droopy down and then blurry at the same time. And this is not something contagious. This is not something, this person, that we didn't share anything. And even if we did share, we wasn't even like that. It wasn't even like that type of thing. We didn't eat, we didn't share. It was no contact type thing. And even though it wasn't like a contagious thing. So, like, this was the direct effect of divinity. So I'm looking myself in the mirror, and I didn't get it right away. And I'm touching my face. I can't feel the whole one side, the nose, the face, the head, you can't feel nothing. It didn't drop. The only thing that dropped was my eye. I could see it in the mirror. My eye was dropped. One was regular, like straight, and then the other one was dropped. It wasn't like, it was, I could barely move it, and I was seeing blurry from it. And it went down to my neck and then the tip of like my shoulder. And I was like, I didn't like, 'cause I was like, what is this? Like, I can't, like, I was like, no. And I started rubbing my eye and thinking that it would just come off, and then it didn't. And then, like, during the day, I was like, maybe something like, something like bit me or something, like a little tick, I don't know. And then that's when I'm like, wait a minute. I asked for this. I actually asked for this, right. Okay. So I went like this, no lie, and I thought I was gonna stay like this, because I mean, I never experienced it. Like, I never had anything like this, and I didn't even know the name of the thing. So, I mean, I heard it because when the person was coming around the neighborhood, and they were asking, because the first thing you could see it clearly. It was not something that, it was not just the eye, it was like the whole face down. You could see one, like the skin dropping down. Like when somebody loses weight, like, somebody big and they lose weight, like, and the skin goes down. But you have that, but you don't feel nothing. You don't feel nothing in the side of your face. Nothing. The whatever side is down, you don't feel it. And I was already looking at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna stay droopy eyed, I guess. Like, I went 3 days like that, and I was already like, baby. I was like trying to get like used to it, like it was gonna stay like that. Rest in peace. Biggie Smalls has a lazy eye, but this was far, like, this wasn't a lazy eye. This is like some other condition. I don't know the name of it. So after the third day, it went away. And when I went to see how the person was doing, it went away. So there was a few other things where a person, this was way after, like, I was over here. It was a time that I was here in Florida, but not, it was before this time, because I've been here like 10 years, 11 years. Before this, before these 10 years, and before I went to Europe for 2 years, I wasn't in Florida. I was in Miami, and somebody was telling me over the phone they had something. It was like a cancerous thing. It's like some small stuff, and they had it like in the chest area. So I'm like, I did the same thing because I already know what it is. I already know how I could get rid of things. So I did the same thing. I said, God, I want this. Give me this, because this is gonna keep growing, and we don't want that. If I could reduce it, let me reduce it. Let me take it. Same thing. I mean, I'm not gonna. I didn't feel the symptoms of it, but I knew already when it was out. So I was eager, and I called. I called like in a few days after, and then they was like, "Yeah, I did a checkup, and it's gone. That's not an issue anymore." I'm like, bet, good. There was also, before that, also there was somebody in the hospital, and this was in Manhattan. Before the Florida, like in the times almost the same time where that person with her with the condition where her face dropped. The person was really, really sick, really sick. Like, they were saying that it could be a life and death situation. And I said the same thing. I said, God, reduce this. I'll take it. Give me this. Give me the strength to be able to take care of this. And sure enough, the person got out of the hospital, and I went to check up on him, and I went to the house after, the way living normal, like it wasn't like they went through it. It was gone, just like that. I have different things that they don't know, because I never mentioned it to them. But these are things that really has happened. I mean, even when the time where someone was in the hospital where their last moments, I come in. A person in the family tells me, see what you could do. I said, okay. I go in. This person was really, really close to me too. And the energy with this person is divine, and there was nothing to fix. The person in the bed in the last moments, the divinity actually, they choose whether they need to stay or they need to go. And I already felt that. I already knew that. So I went to the person's ear, and I said, first, I love you, I'm here, but you know that I always been here, even though you wasn't seeing me. But if you want to, I know with God, you always been, because from a distance, when I was in Europe, since I've been in Florida, you've been there. As you hear right now, as I'm speaking on this mic, you've been showing me what it was. So I believe that you have this in your hands, wherever you want to be to continue your divinity. It's on you. You already know. So if you want, you be here, but you already everywhere, because you one with God, and I know this. You showed me the way how this goes. So I know I know you're gonna be in the right place wherever you decide. Sure enough, this person was not making any movements, so their hands there was switching going on, and the person that said, "See what you could do," she was like, she moved like she was moving. She has from this whole time. You was in Florida this whole time over here in New York. Never moved a thing, but the arm was moving. Like you could see the movement. It was something active as soon as I let. So it's just letting me know that yeah, that she's good. Yeah, the person's good, no matter what. So if it's not broken, there's nothing to be fixed. God is everywhere. So and and that was it. But these things are people. That's probably the only That's the only one that they could witness, but they don't know what I said in their ear, in the person's ear. Well, now they do. So I just wanna tell everyone that we are blessed. There has been a lot of things that have been taken out of this um out of our practices as us. We are divine people. I mean, look how the medical field is. Look how the medicine is. It's out of human practices, out of human nature, already as it is. So, although if you run with God, run with your nature, you're gonna have the answers, even if the medicine is not or the field is not straight. But because I'm teaching and I'm putting the word out every step of the way, you have to hold on to this. This is not something your scantrum is that same. It's part of it, and you already know that. So also there was dementias going on, but there was dementia in certain cases, but the person kept mentioning my name. That wasn't to get me. That wasn't to get me because I wasn't in the picture. That was to show the people around that were doing that knew that Scantron was active and were keeping me away when not even dementia. It's telling you, not even dementia, things that you can't. There's no cure. Not even dementia has a place. It's not the love of the person. Never, you will never forget. That's not it, because dementia does not discriminate against that. Is you forget, and that's it. Hey, there was nothing there. So understand this. That wasn't for me, but it was more for the people that avoided and thought giving it all to the scantrum. When scantrum is people taking you against your own will, your life being taken for granted, enslaved, threatened, tortured, harassed, put down mentally, physically, economically, and socially, and they playing God, but they never even hold not one bit, but they know what type of energy and what type of divinity. I mean, look at how I do all the trademarks and the service marks with policies and different services that you would never hear of, but it is the part that our nature needs that will fix everything. They mad because they don't have that, so they're gonna manipulate it. So I'm telling you right now, we way more divine and more advanced than these people, and they think they have an authority over things because they don't have no control out of it, from it, and then they see that ain't much more than just being one with God. So if you ain't there, you ain't there, and you have your choice. I'm not here to play games. I'm not here to play around with things. Everything I'm mentioning happened, and it happens. When I say certain things, these things are accurate. So I don't need Scantron to vouch for me. You're the one following me. I don't need to follow you. You're the one trying to manipulate everything. Scantron right now, I'm gonna tell you, when people when when you being like this, these people are people that have they are people of military, high places, secret services, also military. So the tactics that they use are war tactics. So I'm telling you right now, so it's not, it's like in war, it's not about, oh, if they point a gun you shoot, or if they coming your way. No, it's when the person and you in war, whether they pointing it or not, it's not like in the streets or self defense. If somebody comes and do something to you, your war is already, there's that doesn't, that's not part of it, because war is something else. So they using the war, they using war tactics to hold somebody against their own will, mentally, physically, economically, and socially, using the technology, using the people in the society, everybody around you, is to bring you down, is to hurt you for your life, is a threat of your life automatically. So when people, if people was to be out here, just because they don't write it down and they don't declare it and they don't have it in paper, they're breaking their own laws, not doing it like this. Because in the laws, you don't harass, you don't stalk, you don't put people down mentally, physically, economically, whether you because you're scantron, you go to jail. You be accountable for yours. On God, that's what it is. You already know. So I don't look at anybody that's in my predicament, or being placed in these war tactics, that if they take matters to protect themselves, it is never, because I'm not pointing anything at them. I'm not doing anything to them, and they doing it to me, right? Right. They doing it to me, right? So that tells you, if somebody comes, because I got angels, I got war angels. They don't look nothing like, they're just angels, God's angels. I'm not gonna say it's a person. I'm not gonna say it is a person, place, or thing. I have angels. They're gonna protect me. But if there's a person out there that gets rid of somebody in these circumstances and principles, and they locked up because you're trying to show, because because they didn't write it off on, they write off on a whole lot of stuff and fix setups and all that stuff. So these are all war stuff, but they're going to charge the person that gets rid of the person that has war on them. But because it seemed like a codeless, like kill. When the person is actually killing a lot of people through different matters, through different businesses, through different matters. But these are all, these war tactics, people go to the businesses, people intercept the businesses. This is what it is. If you look at it any other different, oh, he didn't even do anything, he was just part of a business. No, he's part of Scantron, right? So because you see somebody with a badge and they intercept, they say, well, we're going to do this. You know it's against the law. Matter of fact, it's war tactics they're using. So because somebody didn't, because you don't have to shoot first, you don't have to kill first, you don't have to hold somebody against their own will, they like being taken for granted and enslaved, threatened, torture, to protect yourself from that. War tactics is war. Is war. But they will set it up with the judge and everything like it's a codeless person, because they never gonna want to report it right to continue the scantron. So be careful out there when you want to participate, because right now, I'm gonna tell you right now, on God, not even the people that are feeling the scantron in their own way and they have to protect themselves from it. I wouldn't hold anybody against them. I wouldn't hold anything against them. That's my opinion, because I see what it is. And for you that want to act like you don't want to see what it is because you with the scantron, then you with the scantron. And you feel, well, it's just a little hold up. It's just this. It's just that. Yeah, it's just that. That person been going through what a war tactic is. It's part of, that's all part. You could be holding somebody up and ready, and then the next person is ready to operate the operation where the life is being threatened. But you just doing something. You just talking. You You just agonizing. You just antagonizing. You ain't doing nothing. No, nothing. But I guess what? God don't like ugly. So karma does come. And karma is nothing either, right? All right. So when you want to follow me to where countries that are ready for me to, you know what I mean, to hold it down for me. When I tell you you won't even get past the airport, have a nice flight. Enjoy your flight. Drive safe. Have a safe trip. Have a safe harassment around me. Have a safe hold me down against my own will. My life being taken for granted, enslaved, threatened, tortured, harassed, put down mentally, physically, economically, socially. Because me, I don't put my energy on none of your scantrum. So I know how things work. I know how karma works. And I know how God is with everything. You mad because I do. Enjoy your life.